everybody, it's Maggie from This or That, and today I'm starting a new series, and this is something that's pretty new to my channel because pretty much everything is new to my channel because I'm new to my channel. YouTube is something that I just sort of fell into. My mom is actually a YouTuber as well, and I can link her channel below if you're interested in DIY, crocheting, knitting. She has really great suggestions. I don't know much about the topic still, even though she is my mom and she has a whole channel on it. I watch all of her videos and I like all of her videos because I want to support her, but I still am totally unsure about that world. So hop over to her channel if you want to learn a little bit more about it. Even though YouTube was sort of present in the household for the past couple of years, it was never something that I really considered doing myself. Recently, I just finished the busiest part of my job. It's actually termed busy season. I'm an accountant, for those of you who don't know, and I was really defeated during that time, and I just needed something to sort of use the creative side of my brain. I'm really not meant to do accounting. It was the practical choice in college, and that's what I majored in. But I'm sort of coming to realize that I need a job and a passion and a hobby that allows me to be a little bit more creative. And so as I'm sort of thinking of new ideas for my YouTube channel and trying to think of new video series and come up with new content that appeals to sort of the brand of my channel, it also got me thinking about the brand of my channel, and I was sort of freaking out because, of course, when you start a YouTube channel, you're looking at,
ways to reach people fast and way to grow your subscribers and way to boost the earnings that you make on YouTube.
And it all got really overwhelming really fast, and I was like, how on earth do I come up with a niche or a niche, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. I grew up calling it a niche because I actually have a friend named Anish, and so when I talk about a niche, I just feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Anyway, I don't really have a clear focus for my channel right now, and so as I started to make videos and do product reviews, which I'm actually the most passionate about because I feel like that's sort of who I am and what I do for my friends, I realized that I couldn't just name my channel product reviews. That's a little broad, and that's not really focusing on a niche. For now, I'm saying that the focus is on helping you choose this or that, whether it be for brands, for products, or for even lifestyle experiences. Focus on young adults because I feel like that's where I am in life, and that's what I enjoy talking about. So the new series that I want to instate is monthly favorites, and I know that a lot of my beauty YouTubers do this already, but I wanted to take a different spin on this because, as we just talked about, I'm not solely a beauty YouTuber. Yes, I love those products, and yes, I love to share what I know with you and sort of build on what I've learned from the people that I already watch, but this is going to be more like young adult lifestyle favorites, and these are going to be pretty random. So in order to sort of de-randomize it, I've come up with 4 categories that I'm going to focus on every time. And the 4 categories are going to be function, fun, beauty, and brains. And I think that these are sort of the whole... I think that these 4 categories really cover, elements of a young adult's lifestyle. We're constantly learning, we're constantly growing, and that's sort of where the brains comes in. And I know for me, largely my audience is female, and so I thought that hitting on those beauty favorites still allows me to talk about beauty without totally devoting my channel to that. Also, function. These are items that I use on a daily basis, and they're just those go-to items that are perfect. These are the items that I use every day for a specific purpose that help me, make my daily life a little bit more functional. I don't know a better word to say it. The fun items are just going to be sort of my miscellaneous category. So I'm going to jump right in and start my March monthly favorites. That's going up a little bit late, but these are some of the items that I either got in the month of March or realized that I had just sort of found a new love for in the month of March. So we're going to start with the fun category to start this thing off fun. And my fun item is something that you've probably seen in the back of my YouTube videos right there on the dresser before. And this is this Magnolia candle. And this is from the Silos, aka the place that the fixer-upper people started. And this was actually a Valentine's Day present from Brian. It's in the scent Linen, as you can see. And it smells just like fresh laundry. It is just the freshest, springiest scent, and I love it. And these candles are a little bit pricey. This is going to cost you $26, but they sell these both online or if you live in the like Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Austin area. It's pretty easily accessible if you want to go visit the silos and sort of see the store and all of the products that they carry based on their hit show on HGTV, which comes on Tuesdays. And the day I'm filming this is a Tuesday, so I'm excited to watch that tonight. But yeah, this candle is great. It also has one of those, I don't know if you can really tell from this, I'll hold it at an angle, but it has a real wooden wick. What this does is when you light it, it actually sounds, the first time I lit it, it was sort of whistling, and maybe I still have that video and I can put it in, but as you light it more and more, it gets worn down and it actually sounds like a fire is crackling. So that's also really nice. It's sort of cozy. I'll like light this before I get in bed and read a book or something. This is a great candle, and I think it's, I want to say this is like a soy candle, so it's better for you than something that you might pick up like 3 for $18 at Bath and Body Works or something like that. The scent's a lot, I almost said the scent was a lot more subtle, but I don't want to say that because it actually does fill a room. But because it's such a like refined, more sophisticated scent, it's not like bam, hit you in the face with like frolicking flowers or whatever the names are at Bath and Body Works. So that's its home. I can already put it up. I have the most products in the beauty category. Let me hit those. Alright, so the first product that I've really been loving, and I'm also, side note, going to share with you sort of like a, it's an okay product. I'm glad I tried it because it's gotten so much hype on YouTube, but I'm going to give you an alternative for something better. I'll just show you. Alright, so the first product that I love is this Glossier Super Bounce Serum. And what this is, not what this, I just told you it's a serum. The instructions say to ease and soften tight, rough skin, use the dropper to apply over a clean face, gently dab into the skin with fingertips until fully absorbed, and follow with a moisturizer. This has hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5 serum. Recently I learned that hyaluronic acid is a chemical, I guess. It's an acid. The name has acid. It is a substance that you put on your face and it actually draws moisture to your face. It actually like absorbs the moisture in the air. This explains why it was so perfect for my like super dry parched skin that I got in the winter. And I actually got this around, maybe it was beginning of February. And if you can tell in the light, I really only have like this much of it left. So it does go pretty quickly considering it's now like mid-April. This is $26, I believe, and I'll link the link to Glossier below because this is actually not something that you can purchase at your local Sephora or Ulta or even a drugstore. This is actually what is referred to as an indie brand, and I've also read Entrepreneur magazine. I sometimes pick that up when I'm at the store because I'm really interested in entrepreneurship, which maybe explains why I enjoy doing this YouTube thing so much and just sort of doing things on my own terms. But I learned that this was created by a woman who like left her corporate job, and I say this, not just this product, but the entire Glossier line was created by a person who had a dream and set off and made her own products without harmful chemicals. The branding on this is really good, and you've probably seen the marketing for the Boy Brow, which is also by this company, because they are like throwing it in everyone's faces. I work in downtown Dallas, and I'm walking down the street the other day and I see this like Glossier Boy Brow ad, and it's a very interesting placement. I'm not saying that like only males work in downtown Dallas, clearly, but like interesting marketing placement. I'll just leave it at that. Needless to say, they're everywhere, so you've probably seen it. I give 2 thumbs up to this serum. I will probably be repurchasing this and trying some more. Never been a big serum person, but I feel like those that everybody raves about are like $95, and this has gotten really great reviews from people who know a lot about skincare. And so there's actually 2 other types of serums, so when I try those out, maybe they'll end up in another monthly favorites. I'm not sure, but I do highly recommend this, and I do follow it with a moisturizer just like it says. Definitely a good product. Okay, so my meh product is this, it's from the same brand, Glossier, and it's the Milky Jelly Cleanser. And this is 6 fluid ounces for $18, and I think that it's a pretty fair price point as far as cleansers go. This has a really strange smell and a really strange texture, but it does do a pretty good job. It does take your makeup off, and that's their big ad, and I am all about a cleanser that's going to take your makeup off. I do not waste any time with cleansers that require an additional makeup remover. I am happy that it does that. However, this does not take off my makeup the same way that this does, and this is something that I can't not buy. Like, I've been looking for a new cleanser. Well, let me tell you what it is. This is the Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Oil Reducing Cleanser. And when I first heard of this, my mom bought this, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years ago. It's got to be like more than a decade ago. We started using Paula's Choice, and we got our best family friends onto Paula's Choice. And like, we were the only 2 people in the entire world who thought we had ever heard of this brand. And this brand is founded by Paula Begone. She's the person who also owns Beautypedia, so you can go in and like type in any sort of drugstore or high-end beauty product, shampoo, anything, and she sort of gives it a rating based on the chemicals, the packaging. She has awesome skincare products. So I'm always comparing cleansers to this one because it takes off your makeup like nothing else I've ever used. And this is a very, very close second, but because I can get 8 fluid ounces for $13 versus 6 fluid ounces for $18, I'll probably repurchase this one again. Even though this packaging I like a lot better. It has this pump, because you see this can get really nasty in the top. It like stores the product right there. And I don't know, it's just like sort of fun to have this like cute little bottle sitting out. So stupid. Again, not bad, but this is better. One last beauty product that I've really been loving this month is the Tarte Tarteguard. The Tarte Tarteguard 20. And the 20 stands for the amount of SPF that this product has in it. This I actually got when I ordered my good friend's birthday gift. And Sephora, you know, I like to get the free samples and everything that come with it by using codes that I find on Ebates. And so this was what they were offering that day if you spent over $25. So this is in the shade Light. And I don't know why no one is talking about this, because I have loved it. When I first squeezed it out, and you can tell I've loved it to death. I mean, look at it. There's nothing left. I'm squeezing like every last ounce out of this. When I squeezed it out at first, I was like, this is going to be way too yellow. Joke's on me. Apparently my skin's really yellow, because this was the perfect shade, and this is Light. So if you are similar to my skin tone, this will work for you. Anyway, this stuff is awesome. I think that it has really good coverage, considering it's sort of more along the lines of like a BB cream, since it does have this SPF, and it said, well, actually here it says tinted moisturizer. So it's not trying to be like a high coverage foundation, but it really does a good job. Like, I did not use it today, but I have these little dots right here and like a scar on this side of my face, and this has been covering it up really well. It's easily applied with my like Real Techniques sponge. It's like a dupe for the Beauty Blender. If you get the chance to purchase this, I'll put links to all of the products in the description box below, along with the prices, because I always love to see the prices up front, just so I can like save myself the trouble of clicking on it and realizing that I'm never going to spend that much. But I really do intend to get the full size of this because I've loved it. So I have 2 function items this month. This is my little face washer, and I used to use like the Olay spinning brush head that's sort of like a knockoff of the Clarisonic for a really long time. I thought it did a really great job. I'm all about using a tool to clean your face. I don't think your hands do enough. I had recently graduated from the Olay spinning brush from the drugstore to this because Kathleen Lights, I had watched a video done by her, and it was this that I got on Amazon for $40 versus the Foreo, which is the Sephora high-end version that costs somewhere around $99. And what this is you turn it on, you can probably hear it, it vibrates, and it's fully silicone. The thing that I like about this is that silicone does not like harbor bacteria the same way that those brush heads on the Olay or the Clarisonic tools do. So I was really attracted to this type of tool because of that. So I haven't really been liking this for the couple months leading into March, but it wasn't the product's fault, it was actually my fault. When you use a tool to wash your face, you have to commit the time to it. So this one, it doesn't time you or anything. Once you turn it on, it will go until the battery dies, which is, by the way, like a year. I think I've charged this once since I got it last June. The key is to like go in each section and spend some time on it. I would say 30 seconds a section. I do not recommend putting this on your eyes, which is why I'm so harsh on having like makeup removing cleansers that you don't have to, you know, like tug and pull and remove your makeup before, because those cleansers do such a good job without me putting this on my eyeballs and like that really like light sensitive skin. But yeah, if you spend the time, I've noticed a dramatic change in my skin, and I apologize that I have these two things right here, but I mean, outside of those, this is a pretty good depiction of like, this is doing its job, especially because it's hotter, I'm getting greasier, I'm sweating more. Again, on Amazon, $40, just as good as the $100 tool. I'll also link Kathleen's video below. Highly, highly recommend to save the money and get this one. So my second function item for the month of March is actually this rain jacket, and this is obviously a really terrible way to show it to you. So maybe I'll get up and model this for you. I don't do this for just anybody, but let's see. Okay, so if I stand up, you can see, and I'm really short, that this is actually like longer in the back and sort of rounded into the side. You can like see that shape too. And I really like this because you can cinch the waist. So let's say I just made this a little bit more dramatic. And then it's actually fitted and you can see your waist rather than having like a big frumpy rain jacket. It also has a hood, which is obviously important in the rain. And it has, I found this the other day when I was hanging it up. It has an inside pocket so that maybe if you don't want your phone to get rained on or something, you can always just slip it in the inside pocket for extra protection. It has two angled pockets on the side, which are so deep. And it has a fabric that is obviously extremely waterproof because it is a rain jacket, but it's not like the swishy, like windsuits from the 90s. And it just looks nicer, more sophisticated. I love it. I got this from Columbia, and I actually got it at the outlet malls when I went home to visit my family, and I got it on super good deal. I ended up getting that jacket for $33, so I'll try to find it and link it below at that cheaper price. If not, I still recommend getting it. I probably would have paid the $70 for it, no lie, and I don't pay close to full price for anything, so that's really saying something. I've loved it. I've worn it the past 2 days because it's been really like gloomy and rainy here, and it's worked great. And for the last category, brains. This is so weird. So I'm reading right now The Wisdom of Walt, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, I am a huge Disney freak, and I think it's because Disney is so successful, but it makes so many people happy. It reaches this huge, wide variety of people, and I just want to know how they do it. Like, how do so many people love the same thing? And I think it all starts with Walt Disney, obviously the founder. This book is written by a college professor who actually teaches a whole course on Disney at a college. This entire course is basically wrapped up into this book. So without like going to the school and paying for the course, you can get this book. And it's, when we bought this, it was $15.95. I don't know what this is now. I'll try to find this and link it below. It says it's leadership lessons from the happiest place on earth, success strategies for everyone. And it sort of takes you through, and it gives you the chapter name, a quote from Walt Disney. At every end of the chapter, there is a souvenir shop, aka like a takeaway. Because if you've been to Disney a lot, you know that like you exit in the souvenir shop after like every ride. And so he's saying, you know, like exit through the gift shop and take something along with you from this chapter, from this lesson. It's given me a lot of background on Disney about things I didn't know. It's sort of just the history of the founding of Disney and how Walt came up with it. And I think that this book has done a good job in teaching me that it's sort of never too late, but there's still a lot of opportunities out there, just like, you know, Walt Disney did not even dream up the idea of Disneyland until he was in, I think, his 50s. And so never too late for a career change. If you're maybe in the same boat and thinking the same thing and maybe you love Disney too, I highly suggest picking up The Wisdom of Walt. I'm not even quite done with it yet, but that just shows how much I've really enjoyed it. I hope that you've enjoyed this categorical lifestyle monthly favorites that I'm going to be putting out each month. If you have any favorites from the month, please leave them in the comments below. Like this video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!